peace, hello my loves, marhaba habibi, brush collection. In the continuation of, that was the full sentence, of my collection series, let's talk about some brushes today. I'm going to link two videos down below, so my Morphe brush haul first impression and then my Hakuhodo similar video, because I've not culled any of those. I've kept them all, I love them all, and those comprise a good chunk of my brush collection, so I will link those two videos down below, and then today I would talk about the rest of my collection that isn't those two things. So let's get into it and start with some face brushes. You're gonna please excuse them for being dirty because I just did my makeup with them, but I didn't want to film while I was sitting here. So the first is the Real Technique Stippling brush. A lot of people love this for a lightweight application of foundation. I like it for cream blushes. I find it really lovely. The other thing that I will use for cream blushes or cream highlights sometimes is this brush. It's the 23 brush by NARS. It's kind of a thick dome brush. They came out with it when they came out with those new dual intensity blushes. So also any blushes that I have that are slightly harder panned, I use this guy with, and I find that it works lovely. One that will be no surprise if you've been watching my videos for a while is the Blend a Hand by the Balm. This one I love for my under eye concealer. It's a lovely dense tapered brush, which is great for it to get into that area. And then two foundation brushes I really love are from It Cosmetics. This one is the Live Beautifully Love is the foundation. It's like the heart-shaped brush that they came out with a little while ago. I think this one was limited edition. And then this one is the Velvet Luxe 302 brush. So these are both quite dense brushes, and I kind of really enjoy these kinds of brushes for foundation. So I have those two. And then this one is from Inglot. It's the 16BJF. I use this for all over finishing powder. It's dense-ish, but it's nice and flat and just gets everything and blends it all really, really well. Let's talk about some eye brushes. So here, I'm trying to think of the best way to do it. I'm going to take them all out and then I'll put them in as I talk about them. So this first one is the Domed Shadow Brush by Real Techniques. It's a little, not flipping you off, it's a little domed, a little domed guy. I usually use it for my cream shadow, or sometimes if I want to spot conceal. It's a great brush for that. This one I threw in here to talk to you guys about. I have been using normal eyeliner brushes from MAC or whatever, and I find that they splay and they're really expensive. So I went back to a tip that one of the instructors at the Illamasqua Makeup School taught us, which is just go to the art supply store and get like the thinnest little brush that you can find and use that for eyeliner, and it'll be cheaper for you than having to keep replacing really expensive makeup brushes. So that's what I did, and I've been using this guy and it's really lovely. What else do we have? I've got like 3 or 4 MAC 217 brushes. They're my favorite all over brushes for eyeshadow. This is the Sephora Pro Tapered 19 Crease brush. You guys have seen me use this in my crease all the time. I love it. This one is from Morphe. I'll mention it quickly. It's the M507. It's just a smaller taper brush to get in there if I'm doing more detailed work. MAC 239, which is this guy right here, which I use for outer corner work. These are two angled liner brushes. So one is from Real Technique, so one is the 208 from MAC. These ones I use for my brows, or if I'm doing just a little bit of a powder on my lash line, and then I'll use one of these for that. This is a spoolie that came in a Sonya Kashuk set. Usually anytime she comes out with her brush sets, one of these are in it, and I just use them to brush out my brows when I'm doing them in the morning. And then this is from Sephora, the Pro Collection. It's a brow comb, so it has a comb on one end and then a little brush to brush out your lashes on the other end. I use this sometimes, but not as much as I thought I would when I first bought it. This is that MAC 210. This is that little liner brush, but it's starting to splay, so this one might be on its way out the door pretty soon here. This is the Eye Blender brush from Illamasqua. I use this in the same way that I use the 239, usually on the outer corner, just to blend out. This one is a Burberry crease brush. I use this more so usually for highlighting underneath the eye or in the inner corner. Sometimes as a lip brush too. It's nice in that way. This is the 242 from MAC. I use this usually for glitters or pigments, just to kind of press in anything I want to press in. I find it to be really lovely for that. A Morphe lip brush, which I talk about in the Morphe video. This is a really unique brush. It's a smoothing brush from Illamasqua. It comes like so, and basically the way that you use this is kind of on anywhere you want to kind of just even out or blend out, almost like the, what do they call it? Like the retouching tool in Photoshop. You will just take it and kind of blend it once, and it'll just, you know, blend out any kind of unruly mess or unblended lines. This one from Illamasqua is their blender brush. I also use this one in the Crease. You guys have seen me use it tons. And then another MAC 217. And the last couple brushes, these were from a Real Techniques holiday set. This is the base shadow brush. And again, I use it in the same way that I use the dome shadow brush, with kind of cream bases, or if I'm using a pencil that I want to blend out. This one is the angled shadow brush, which again, if you've watched my Get Ready With Me's, you guys know how much I love these to create kind of like an effortless cat eye. I wish they would bring this back and put it in the permanent line. And then this is from the Morphe collection. I think it's the 239, or it might be like the 239's younger sister, a little bit smaller. So again, I use it the same way, or sometimes even underneath to smudge out my lower lash line. So yeah, those are my brushes. I don't have a lot of them. I kind of like to keep it, I mean, compact. Slightly more compact than some, but slightly more extravagant than others. But that is it. Let me know if this inspired you to pick up any new brushes, or if there are any that you think I'm missing and should go out and get. And yeah, let's do some quick points of positivity. So my first is hanging out with you guys today and playing with makeup. My second point of positivity is these new Katy Cat matte lipsticks from CoverGirl. I'm wearing this shade Coral Cat today. I've just been loving wearing these new lipsticks recently. And then my third point of positivity is a really good workout this morning that's leaving me full of energy and ready to go on with my day. So that is it for me today. As always, please let me know what's making you guys smile. Thank you for hanging out. I will catch up with you ever so soon, probably tomorrow. Before I leave you, as always, let me remind you that life is just way too short to wear boring lipstick. Bye guys.